Right, it's bang on 8 o'clock. Simon, I'm going to let you introduce, and then I'll carry on with the presentation.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. Simon Brooks. For those of you that don't know me, I've been involved in the industry of network marketing for 32 years. And what we're going to share with you today, tonight, tomorrow, this morning, whatever time zone you're in, is going to be unbelievable. We're going to show you a mechanism where you can make some instant money straight away. But the reason why we've done it is because it's going to give you ability to recruit and prospect easier. In the last 3 days, I've sponsored 7 people, only because I know what me and Roger are doing and what we put together and everything else. And I know the results we can get. It's all about money, 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 money. A lot of people say to me, oh, life's not all about money. Sod off. It is. It means if you think that, it means you don't know where to shop. Now, as you know, my wife has got a black belt in shopping, so I've got to make a fortune with an opportunity. But the benefit with IM Academy is that we have got a product where people can make some serious money without sampling, without tasting, without demonstrating, with none of that. No cost to the individual. What you're going to see this evening will blow your brains out. And what I'm sad to think about is that I put the messages out time after time after time to the whole group, and I'm staggered that the majority haven't turned around and climbed on board with this. It's going to be crazy. This week with the trades, I'm not going to cover what Roger's going to cover, but if people follow the trades, they will get some obscene results. And that's really what it's about. And I've said all along, this is a license to print money. And I know that you can't be putting that in, and you got to be putting some past performance don't equal future gains. Well, I tell you now, it's a license to print money. It really, really is. Roger, over to you.
Okay, cheers, mate. Right, I'm going to share my screen because I wanted this to be as much as possible. I wanted this to be a visual thing for you guys, so you can understand exactly what we're doing and why. So let's just share that, and there we go. So Simon shared that yesterday. Those are the results. That's the results that we've had in the space of the last week. 39 trades, 39 wins, no losses. And my results that I posted yesterday, I've made £1,290 profit in the last week from an account that had £1,800 in it. Now, you can work your percentages out, you can do everything. I'll tell you now, it is absolutely mind-blowing. But the most important part of it, as far as I'm concerned, is that no losses. So Simon said this is a license to print money, and I really do believe it is a license to print money. And I know how corny that sounds. And just for 1 second, if part of your screen is being obscured by the pictures down the side, you can actually minimize those and take them away, guys, so you can see the whole screen. And I would recommend you do, because there's some stuff that I'm going to show you could do with seeing everything. So question was, what if by following just 3 simple steps several times a day, you could make £100 a month, or £100 a week, £200 a week, £500 a week, or even £5 grand a week? And I'm going to show you just how easy that really, really is. And if you just thought, no, that's a scam, but you didn't ask, but then a friend of yours or a neighbor or relative did, and they made that money, how smart would you feel right then? I think that in itself is a message we need to get out to everybody. And tomorrow I'll put a graphic out that you can post all over the internet that will have all of that, but where it says, watch this presentation, we'll actually have this ready for YouTube, so you can share this presentation with other people as a recruiting tool. But we're not going to talk about recruiting right now. We're going to talk about trading. And when we talk about trading, I'm going to talk reality now. This isn't going to be a presentation like any presentation you've seen from me in the last couple of years with I am, and with our previous business as well. Some of you guys are completely new to us. You don't know about the previous business we were with, but Simon and I were both with a similar company that had problems with that. Here's the reality. Getting started trading isn't necessarily as easy as it looks, as much as we're meant to say that this is a copy and paste system. IM makes it easier. There's no two ways about it. Way easier than our previous company, but still, between Boyd's Pips, London Payouts, Be Your Own Boss or Be Your Own Bank, Power Trades, and a ton of other signals, the number of trades that we get every day is mind-blowing. There's just so many to get and keep up with. You just can't do every single one of them. The signals themselves are sometimes confusing as well, because some of the signals come with just part of the information. Some have all of the information you need to trade, even if you're a complete newbie. Some only have part of the information, and they leave it to you to make your own decisions, which is great because we're an educational platform and that's what we're meant to do. But we're talking, and what Simon and I are talking about right now, is for brand new beginners who haven't yet made any money out of trading and want to get a result that they can share with other people so they can expand the business side of things as well. But first and foremost, make some money. And that's what this is going to be about. Also, stop losses are killing some accounts. And one of the problems I have with some of the signals is jargon that people use, and stop loss is a bit jargony. So if you're brand new tonight and you don't know what a stop loss is, I am going to explain it. But I hate it when a lot of these signals come through using loads of jargon, because it's like you have to learn a different language, and it all makes it difficult. Tonight we're going to simplify all of that. But I want to show you first of all what following the trade alerts to the letter, and I've been trading more or less now for 2 years. And I'd like to think I've got an idea of, well, no, I do know what I'm doing with these trades, but following the alerts that we got to the letter got me results like this. Nice easy start there, £60 win, then a £130 loss, but that happens, then a £9 loss, and a £15 win, and a £50 win, then a £7 loss, an £8 loss, and £9 loss. And then I got braver with my signals and thought, okay, let's just go for this and go for the big wins. So I lost 544, 584, 480, and it carried on and on and on. These are following signals to the letter. Experts are telling me these are good trades, but I didn't know how to read the charts properly to actually manipulate all of them. So that's how I got started. But this was the one that absolutely killed me. This is the one that hurt the most. I went back to the IM Academy. I reread about all the charts. I made sure I understood every signal. I reread all the strategies. And you can see I carried on making a couple of losses, then a couple of wins, then a big loss on gold. I hate gold, by the way. The signal, when it comes to placing gold, the signals are just so unpredictable. They change so fast, it's horrifying. So there was another example, another £400 loss. And then a few consistent wins. But this was the one that hurt. This one here. A £42 loss. Why can a £42 loss hurt me more than a £400 loss? Well, it's because this was a trade on the US dollar to the Mexican peso. It was a Boyd's pip. And generally, when I place trades from Boyd's pips, they generally win. They're very, very good. They come with a detailed breakdown. They tell me the stop loss. They tell me to take profit, and they almost always hit. This one hit the stop loss. So, all right, I can live with that. That's 40 quid. I've had worse losses, until I saw Brandon post something that said, USD Mexican hit its take profit. Well, mine didn't hit a bloody stop loss. And a lot of other people said it hit a stop loss as well. And then Jordan came into the group and said, unfortunately, some brokers called it as a stop loss. So sorry about that, guys, but we hit take profit. Well, what do you mean some brokers did it? I thought we were trading on the markets and we were going off market prices. It either hit the price or it didn't. But the fact is, the brokers make the rules. And the brokers call them. And all the information that we get about risk management and how to manage our platforms, that all comes from the brokers as well. And it got me thinking about it, and it got me angry about it. And I was looking at it and I was going like, these brokers, they tell you not to trade at too high a level. They tell you should only trade at maybe between 2 and 5% of your trading account. Because if you trade at a small level, that minimizes their losses. You're only going to take small wins from them. They tell you you should always use stop losses, which I was talking about before, because that guarantees their profit. Because with the stop loss, you put the stop loss in, and the second the price hits that price, it takes you out of the game and takes the money from you. That guarantees their profits because the brokers know what your stop loss is. And yet we accept it. It's a bit like going into a casino and playing blackjack. And what you're saying to the croupier is, look, let me show you all my cards, and then you tell me when you think I should take another card, and then you wonder why you lose. It's just insane, but that's what we're doing. So Simon and I were talking about this, and we decided, let's not play their game anymore. Let's just not do it. And we went a bit further, and we said, well, let's make a decision never to accept a loss ever again. And the result of it in a week is 39 trades, 39 wins, and 0 losses. And it all started just because of a simple decision. Now, you can't just make that blatant, simple decision and say everything's going to be happy and wonderful now because I do that. You need a plan. So we decided we were going to work together when it came to trading strategies. We decided we actually started this not last Wednesday, but the Wednesday before. We did a meeting at Simon's house as we normally do. But after everybody else went home, there was just Simon, Cello, and myself in the room. Cello was driving me. So there's 3 of us left. And Simon said, let's work together when it comes to doing these trades. So what we did from the following day, from the Thursday morning, every signal that came through, we compared our thoughts on the signals. Now, I said before, you get a mind-blowing array of signals. And I am very careful when they announce these signals because they always say, we have a new trade idea. And they always start with, I'm thinking about a trade on. They don't say, do this, do that, or whatever. They say, this is an idea. Well, some of the ideas are just plain bad ideas. We just look at them. The second we look at it, we both looked and said, well, that's just, they're saying buy USD AUD. There is no way on this earth that's a buy. Bin it, forget it. So we decided we're going to compare them. And if we disagreed with the signals that came through, we rejected it. And equally, if between us, we weren't certain. If Simon thought one thing and I thought something different, we still rejected it. The only trades that we did were the ones that we both agreed would be winners. And that worked. And we actually took a conscious decision to look for reasons to reject a trade because we wanted to be absolutely certain that every trade would win. So that's what I said. If neither of us agreed that this was a definite win, or if we didn't both agree rather, then we just plain and simple don't do it. And we moved on. And we decided we'd add some rules into it as well. To start off with, let's have a trading plan. So the first question was, for the next week, how much profit do we want to make? So Simon said, well, if I make $2,000 a week, I'm happy with that. And I said, well, if I make $1,000 a week, I'm happy with that. So we looked at the difference in lot sizes and we said, okay, Simon's going for 2,000 a week. I'm going for 1,000 a week. So, okay, we know what we're working for. That means on a daily basis, I'm working for £200 a day. So how many trades do we get coming through on a daily basis? And we probably get, I don't know, 25, 30, maybe even sometimes 40 trades a day coming through. How many do we think are real winners, and how many do we think we can get consistently that are good ones? Well, maybe 4 or 5. We should easily get 4 or 5 good trades on a daily basis. So if we want 4 or 5 trades on a daily basis, and I'm looking for £200 a day, then I'm looking for between £40 and £50 per trade as a win. So we said to Simon, I said, I'll go for £50 a trade. That's what I'm looking to get out of it. And the minute I see that trade hit £50, come what may, I'm out of it. I'm taking my money and running, no matter how far it's going to go. And Simon said, okay, well, I'll do the same thing, but he's looking for 1,000. So if he sees £100, he'll take £100 and he'll go. And Simon's placing a lot size that is exactly twice mine. So mathematically, we're taking the same risk and same reward. We also decided we will never take a stop loss. I never take a loss. So it meant we traded with no stop losses. Now that goes against all the rules of risk management that people tell you. But the fact is that these rules of risk management are costing people money. And it's been interesting talking to other people in the team in the space of this last week, because talking to other people in the team, there are people who were on this call or should have been on this call or are part of this group who've been trading and not putting stop losses on, but they're a bit all over the place with the trades that they're doing. We have one guy in the group, he's not on the call tonight, but he had 12 trades running. 6 of them were running against him and he had no stop loss. But he was on a £1,200 account, and all of a sudden his broker closed him out of them all because they said if they all lose, you won't have enough money to pay us. So they closed them out of all of them. This £1,200 account went down to £12 like that. And well, that's crazy. We can't do that. We've got to make sure we manage that. So we've kept that in mind as we manage things. So the key is we're not going to overcommit. Now, the reality of it is those trades involved some crazy lot sizes and too much commitment on some things. We need to make sure that we monitor that and we manage that. So I just want to explain that little bit as well, because it's what we call, in the industry, people call it drawdown. And drawdown really is talking about the amount of loss of capital that you have after a losing series of wins. So this was my last week before we changed strategies. And I want to show you what drawdown can have, the impact it can have on your trading. So if we start off there, my last week, I actually placed 13 trades. Of those trades, I won 8 of them. And I won £189.07. I lost 6 of them. And I actually lost 535. Now, one of them was that horrendous loss on gold there that was nearly £400. So if it hadn't been for that, wouldn't have looked quite so bad. But nonetheless, it was still bad. The losses for the week, the total loss for the week was £346.42. And that drawdown means that most traders will express that as a percentage. My fund decreased by 16.14%. What that means is that if I carried on trading like that in the same way, within 6 weeks, I'd be broke. I'd lose everything. But the problem, I'm going to go back one page, the problem was these stop losses. Because if I didn't have that stop loss there, and I didn't have these stop losses here, the trades would come back. Because the reality of it is, trades move up and down in waves. There are peaks and troughs. But a price can drop down below your stop loss, below the stop loss, and then just like that USD Mexican, bounce right back up to the take profit figures. So we decided to take those out. Now we still want to be careful. So with no stop losses, you can't afford to take every single trade. If you see 30 trades coming in and you put 30 trades on with no stop losses, you're going to blow your account. And the reason you're going to blow your account is because just the time that it takes to wait for them for 30 trades will just be too much. So we can't afford to take every single trade. One thing we did insist with this taking care, we just will not take a loss. So if a trade is in the red and it's running away with us, if it's running away with us for a day or 2 days, the second it goes back to blue, I don't care if it goes back to blue and makes 70 pence profit, I'll click take the 70 pence. I'll take 70 pence profit rather than lose £300. And I think everyone on this call will agree you'd rather take 70 pence profit than lose 300 quid. So we'll take that and get out of the trade. The other thing is, if a trade's in profit, but it's only moving slowly, if the trade sort of went up quickly for a second, and then it started going sideways. And I'm looking for £50 profit, and it quickly got to 20, and then it seems to hover between 20 and £25 for the next God knows how long. Get out of it, take 20 quid and move on to the next trade. And that's the principle that we've adopted. Now, when it comes to lot sizes, and this is another slide where I said you need to be looking at the full screen with this, because you need to see this. Consistency is absolutely everything with these trades. You need to keep your lot size consistent on every trade. You want to be trading with the same lot size, and you also need to keep that lot size in proportion to your account. So I've come up with this cheat sheet, and I'm going to publish this in the WhatsApp group as soon as this is finished, so you've all got this and you can see this. Now, it doesn't matter where you live in the world and what currency you're working on. This is exactly the same, whether you're working on euros, US dollars, Australian dollars, pounds, whatever. If you have a £200 account or a $200 account, we're still going to work an account balance of 200. We're going to be working with a lot size of 0.05. That's a little bit higher than most people will tell you. Using normal risk management, they'll tell you to use that, but we're going to place just a few trades. So we want to take a little bit more money out of each trade. Now, this chart's based on what Simon and I did last week. So my account, by the time I started, my account was £1,800. I took a little quick win and I got it to 2,000. So here's what I did. I ran with a lot size of 0.5. And I'm looking for a weekly target of £1,000 profit. So here, pro rata, these are all the same. I had exactly 1/10 of it, £200. We're looking for 0.05, and we're looking for £100 profit for the week. Yeah, that means you're looking for, if you've got a £200 lot size, you're looking for a pot size, looking for 20 quid a week profit, or a day profit. I was looking for 200 a day. And if we assume that we're going to go for 4 or 5 trades a day, well, 5 trades a day, you want to be taking, as soon as you see £4 profit or $4 or €4 profit on a trade, you take it. If you've got a £500 account, then you're looking at 0.13 lot size. You're looking for 50 quid a day profit. Whenever you see a tenner, take your tenner and run, and just move on to the next trade. Do that, and you do it week by week. You can either take your profit out, you can take your £100 a week out, or you can leave it in, let it grow at the same level, and grow your funds and increase your lot size. So in the first week, if you actually did this in the first week and you hit the profits, and if you follow exactly what we did last week, you will hit that profit, then you'll make £100 next week on a £200 lot size. Then next week, you've got £300, you increase your lot size to 0.08, and you're able to take £150 out. The week after that, you're right between those two, and you're taking more money. You're earning for more and more and more. I started the process a week ago, trading with 2,000 and a lot size of 0.5. This week, I'm going to be trading with 3,000, and I'm going to be trading with a lot size of 0.75, and I'm looking for £1,500 profit this week. That's £6,000 a month already. I'm looking at trading at that, and there's no reason. By the end of this month, I don't see why I can't be trading with £5,000 and looking for a £2,500 a week trade win. That's £10,000 a week. Now, the reality of it is, even if you're starting down here, by Christmas, you could be up to around about these kind of numbers by Christmas. Presumably, if you're starting with £200 and you see that go up to 3,000, there's nothing wrong with you taking £1,000 out of that and having something to spend for Christmas and trading with more and taking whatever you want out of it. It's your money, it's your rules. But the fact is, you can see the growth and the income potential here. There is no reason whatsoever by the middle of next summer, why I do expect to be trading with £10,000 and looking for £5,000 a week by the middle of next summer, very, very comfortably and consistently. Now, this is how we're going to make things work for you. Simon and I will continue to analyze every single signal that gets sent out. There's about 30 a day. And we're going to look at every single one of them, and we're going to talk through them. We're only going to send signals to you that we're prepared to put our own money into. We gave a preview of this on Wednesday night to the people who were live at Simon's house. And someone said, will you be taking all the trades before us? Well, yeah, because we're analyzing the trades. So yeah, we're seeing it first. And yes, we will take it before you. But when I say we'll take it before you, we're taking it a minute before we tell you about it. We're not going to take it, see how it runs, and then tell you about it. We'll take it and then tell you straight away. But the important thing is you should know that we're not going to send you something that we're not prepared to put our own money into. We're not going to back it up ourselves. So we're only going to do that. Now, when we send alerts, it's going to look something like this. It'll just say new trade idea by USD CHF, no take profit, no stop loss. Just wait for the profit using the chart pinned to the group, that chart you've just seen. The profit will come. And if it's a sell, then it'll say sell AUD Japanese yen, no take profit, no stop loss. Just wait for the profit using the chart pinned to the top. It will come. And the fact is, 39 times this last week, we've seen, I don't think we've probably seen 10 of those trades that have stayed in blue and gone straight up to the profits we expected. They've all gone into the red, then blue, then red, then blue, and come back. We've taken our money out of it because nothing goes in a straight line. It zigzags up and down. But the fact is they do come back. Now, all you need to do when we send you the signal is you choose the pair and you just click buy or sell. End of story. No more putting numbers in. No more worrying, did I put the right number in the wrong place? You know, I don't know about you. If you've ever taken the trades the way we used to get, I'd see a really good signal, a good trade, and I like it, and I put it in, and then I go and put the take profit into the stop loss and put them the wrong way round, or I just get it wrong, and a trade comes out and I win 20 pence when everyone else is winning 500 quid. It's just silly. Yeah, we're just going to wait for the minute we want. So all you're going to do then is you're just going to wait and you're going to watch for the profit that you need according to the chart that I just showed you a couple of slides back. So when you see £4, £10, £50, whatever the number is you're looking for, then you just click close and take it. And when you close it manually, you're there. When we close ours manually, we'll actually send a reminder to the group and just say, just closed AUD-CHF with profit, check it, and if you see it, close it. So we'll tell you as well, we will remind you. That's it, it's as simple as that. Now here's some important notes I want to add. These trades are obviously time sensitive. So if I put a trade out at 11 o'clock in the morning, UK time, and you don't happen to see it until 5 hours later, that trade might not be a valid trade by then. So look at the time when you saw that trade in. If you see a trade and it went in 20 minutes ago, chances are it's still going to be good, because I don't take, when we get trade alerts that come through and say, a sell on a 5-minute time frame. I hate these sells on 5-minute time frames. I don't like them. We look at these trades and we look at how they're going to progress. They should be good for a few hours. But if you're looking at it 5, 6, 7 hours later, then I would ask the question. And I would say in the early days, if you're not sure, send a message to Simon, send a message to myself and just say, is that still okay to take that? And if it's too late, we'll just say no. And we won't go into any great analysis. We'll just look and say yes or no, carry on with it or don't. Yeah. So that's the first thing. They are time sensitive. The key to this is taking small, consistent profits. Don't get greedy and don't wait for bigger profits. If you see it get to £10, even if it gets to £10 really, really quickly, don't think, I'll wait to see if it gets to 20. Because some of these things can move so quickly that your phone rings, you get distracted, and all of a sudden it's in red. And if it's in red, it will still come back, but you're now going to have to wait again. Whereas if you'd taken that, you could have taken that one, then moved on to the next trade and moved on. So don't get greedy. Take small, consistent profits, as many as you can. Don't be tempted to hold on for more, as I've just already said, and don't place the same trade more than once. I did it this week. I sent one signal to Simon. I can't remember what the currency was now, but I took my £50 profit that I was looking for in 4 minutes. And I thought, well, 4 minutes, it must be good to go back into that. It took me 5 hours to get 10 quid. I should have just carried on. So don't place the same trade more than once. And going back a year ago with our previous company, I saw one day where gold, again, always gold, there was a gold trade, and one of our other guys sold gold, and it had been winning so well. He was winning so quickly that he placed gold, and then he placed the same trade again 5 times. And then the price plummeted. And he couldn't close 5 trades quickly enough. And by the time 5 trades closed, he'd lost 1,800 quid. Don't place a trade more than once. Just do it once and move on. There will be more trades coming. There will always be another trade, so don't worry about it. So keep your lot sizes consistent. Keep it appropriate to the amount of your accounts. Don't get greedy with that. And don't take too many trades. I would suggest if you've got a small lot size, a small account size, if you're starting with £200, £300, £500, then I would suggest that you shouldn't be in more than 5 or 6 trades at a time. So if you have a couple of trades that are in the red and they're taking their time, and you've now all of a sudden you've got 5 or 6 trades running and you get another one come through, wait until you have another winner. Then you can take your profit on that one and just stick with 4, 5 or 6 trades so you don't have too many. Because if you have too many that you're waiting for the profit to come back, yes, it will come back. But if you end up with 10 of them or 12 of them, you'll end up like the guy I was talking to you about before, who his broker turned around and took all of his money away because they said, well, the risk is too great, we're having our money now. So don't place too many trades. And the other thing is, you do need to hold your nerve. You will see, even if you're trading with £200, you'll see a trade that will go against you. And you'll see you've placed a trade, you're only looking for £4 profit, and this one happens to be losing 25 quid. It will come back. I've seen trades that I've had minus £300 on it, and they've come back and I've taken my £50 profit just by waiting for a couple of hours. It's a little bit nerve-wracking for the first few days. When you actually see a number of them go into red and then come back and go to the profit level that you want, after a few days, you get really blasé about seeing the red, because you don't worry about it, because you know that you're just playing a waiting game and that's all. You can't lose playing this if you play this way. And the fact that you can't lose makes things much, much easier to deal with. Now, in terms of days and the amounts of signals that you're going to get, I said we'd expect to see, I've probably been placing an average of 7 to 8 trades a day. But just because we're getting a load of trades through, it doesn't mean they're necessarily going to be the right trades. If you're not getting many trades from us, it's because the trades don't look right, and we won't take them. I'm not going to put my money into a trade that doesn't look right just because I think I've got to take a trade. So don't panic about it if you don't see many. We're not going to send you signals just because it's quiet. So remember, don't go into more than 5 or 6 trades, and wait for your next trade before you take another win to make sure that you haven't got too many, you're not overcommitting yourself. Keep your lot size appropriate and never accept a loss. That's basically the system that we're sending to you. We're going to do the analysis for you. We're getting signals that are sent to us by people who are knowledgeable in the first instance, but not all of the signals that get sent through from start again. I'm getting dry now. Not all the signals that are coming from IM Academy are actually sent by real life traders. Some of them are sent through by bots. So that's why we look at everyone and we analyze them. So Simon and I are going to do a deeper level of analysis on them. Not that we're any brighter or anything else, we're just taking a deeper look into it, and we're going to do that for you. I do think you should be looking into all the training on IM Academy and getting to the point where you can learn to do these things for yourself. There are people on this call watching this tonight who are more knowledgeable than I am. They've done all the studying and everything else. We're just sharing what's working for us right now. What we're looking for is consistent profits with no losses and a predictable growth. And it's something that's simple and it's working. And then we're sharing it with people. And that's the last step. Share your results often, every single day, all over Facebook, all over Instagram. Send them to your friends. Do whatever you do, but let people know about it. Because the reality of it is, I'm going to stop my screen right now. The reality of it is, the growth that we're seeing over the space of the last few days has just been incredible. Simon's just told you that he's recruited 7 new people in the space of the last couple of days. there are people on this call right now who had given up on IM and decided that it couldn't work for them, they weren't doing it, until they started to see the results that I've been posting for the last week. And all of a sudden, they've all come back into the business. And every distributor that's given up and now comes back is the same as another new recruit, effectively. That was someone who was out of my business and has now been back in. We've got more than a dozen people, either new or re-registered, actually on this call right now, reactivated. That's because we were sharing the results. And you've all seen in the Facebook group, you've seen me posting the results. Most of you have been commenting on it. You've seen how many other people have been commenting on it. So just put those in, share them around, and we'll get the message onto everyone else. Simon, my throat's really, really dry. I'm going to let you talk. I'm going to take a drink of water.
Okay. The most important thing that you need to be aware of is you have to be active on your WhatsApp. If you're going to be inactive and you're not going to get around to looking at the trade ideas that come out because you're not active on your WhatsApp, you will miss out. You really will. You have to be on it, on it, on it, on it. Even if you're working, if you have a job, get your phone, either say, can I go for a pee break? And you check your phone to see what the positions are, see what the trades are. It is crucial that you are on your WhatsApp as often, as much as you can. With me, I'm sort of like at home, and obviously I've got my vibrator, or vibrator sounds weird, my web analyzer on. I mean, fancy calling it a vibrator. Bloody hell. But anyway, so I've got my phone in my hand and I've got the signals that's on the screen. And I will literally do the trades there and then. But it's like, the most important thing is that, you know, you need to understand, if you live in the UK, I know this isn't going to be any benefit for people in America or Australia or even Europe, but in the UK, Forex trading, your profits are tax-free. Now, a lot of people say to me, oh, is it really? Is it really? Well, me, Roger, and Cello was at an event, at a business opportunity meeting in London, going back about a month ago. There were over 2,000 people at the event. And the first speaker was a solicitor. And he came straight out with it. He said, do not forget that Forex trading, your profits are tax-free. And if you've got a problem with that, see me. And we thought, whoa, the government look at Forex trading similar to spread betting. Spread betting and Forex trading is classed as a risk, which it is, but they know that you lose trades as well as make money on trades. So they say, right, well, okay, you can't offset your losses, but we won't charge you profits or charge you income tax on your gains. And if they were to do so, you only get charged at the capital gains tax, which is 10%. That's if you was making fortunes and fortunes and fortunes. And as you know, what inspired me and Roger was going back about 5-6 weeks ago when we had Brandon Boyd, one of our upline, on a prospecting call, and he turned around and told us that he makes just trading $384,000 every month. He said he makes $70,000 on his networking income, which he said is chicken feed, his pocket change, his PIN money. His mainstay of income is his trading. So we thought, why don't we do that? Let's create a system and let's do something. So Roger and I had meetings. I mean, Roger and I speak about 20, 30 times a day. So we get to get in the zone and we understand exactly what we're doing on the basis of, do we take it, don't we take it? Because we're not desperate to take the trades, we're sacking it off. We will not risk our money by taking the trade thinking, oh, will it be good? Won't it be good? Is it a sell? Is it a buy? No, let's wait for another one. Because there's no time. It's not as if it's going to be here today, gone tomorrow. It's all going to be finished sort of like next week. The Forex industry, the Forex market has been around for hundreds of years. So that, I mean, it's a massive, massive, massive benefit. I had a prospect say to me, and it's interesting seeing about 4 new distributors on the webinar, on the Zoom tonight. So congratulations, welcome to the team, guys. But it's interesting, I had a prospect say to me 3 weeks ago, will it last? Can you imagine the concept of that? What? And I said, what do you mean? Do you mean Forex trading? They said, yeah, will it last? And what's your opinion with all the Brexit? The market goes up and down. I said, we need volatility because we make as much money selling a pair than buying a pair. So we need the volatility. That's good for us, but it will never go our way and it will outlive your children's 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 children. So don't think it's a 5-minute one. It's not like buying a restaurant or buying another business that might be fatty or might be around here today, gone tomorrow. No, this is going to be around for years and years and years and years, decades and decades and decades, hundreds and hundreds of years. So feel safe and feel comfort in that basis. Now, the benefit with the WhatsApp group that we've set up, the Winner's Circle, is this is not a chat group. This is not where we need people, you know, you might respond to us and say, oh, what about this? And what do you think about this? And we don't answer you because we're busy analyzing. Don't think we're going to chat for Britain with it. We won't. We will give a trade out and we will say either buy this or sell this pair or whatever, but we won't have a discussion like, what did you have for dinner? What do you have for breakfast? What are you going to have for tea tonight? What do you think about this? And what's your opinion on this? No, we won't do that. But this is the major, major, major benefit. You get facts with this and you get results on your phone with these trades. That is going to be the best recruitment tool going. I have a WhatsApp group and I've got about 200 prospects in that WhatsApp group. In actual fact, people that are on here that I've sponsored in the last sort of like 48 hours, you've been in my prospecting WhatsApp group. And hence the reason you know that I drip feed you all the time. And that's why you then come out of the closet and said, right, the time's right, I want to join. And it's funny actually, about 2 of the prospects that I can think of recently have been involved in IM Academy going back 2 or 3 years ago, but it's vastly changed. But the benefit is the more results you get them on your phone and it's proof. And you can use those results to prospect people. Take screenshots, send them out and send messages out to your team, to your prospects, to your contacts. And that's the way people think, well, I could do that. And we've got a website, which is the $1,000,000secrets.online, which goes through exactly how to set it all up, how not set it all up and everything else. We try to automate this as much as we can. Then we have our upline, which is Brandon Boyd, who's an amazing trainer. And he's got systems after systems after systems. And when you think that he's sponsored over 700 distributors since he's been involved in IM Academy, and he doesn't really talk to people. We personally think that doing this system, getting these results is going to be similar. Could you imagine if he was making 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10,000 a week and you sent those messages out to your prospects, and every single WhatsApp number you get, you add it into your prospect group, and you send those people your list. It might turn around and say, hey, you might be a little bit annoyed me keep sending these to you, but I just got to share with you what I'm doing. I've had a stroke of luck. I've got involved in this group, and it's been working amazingly. And they will see your results. That's the benefit. Even if you're using a demo account, your prospects aren't going to know it's a demo account. It doesn't say demo account. So, you know, that's the benefit. It could be a demo account, but they're going to think it's real money, not deceiving. That's exactly how you're trading it or why you're trading it. But the benefit is we're doing this. It's great making the money, and it's great making the money in the UK being tax-free. But the main reason is to build a fast organization. And as you know, a lot of you people there, that literally the other day, I sponsored my very, very, very first upline. Now, he's not on this Zoom now, but he will get the recording. And that's Neil Williams, who I've become real good friends with. He's on. Is Neil on?
He's on.
I was looking for him. Oh, I didn't see him. Okay.
His camera's off.
Neil.
He's on.
Okay. Neil, it's obviously very early in the morning because you're hours and hours and hours in front of us. So, yeah. But anyway, he liked the idea because he was in my prospect list and he saw my results time after time after time after time. And the benefit is Neil understands about recruiting. And he sent me a message earlier on yesterday saying that when he was in Larone, if any of you know the fragrance company called Larone, which was one of the biggest monsters in the United Kingdom, and that was really the company that set the bar. They used to do conventions every 3 months with an audience or a group of people of 25,000 people in attendance every 3 months. It was a monster. It's a shame we've got closed down, but hey, there we go. But Neil said to me that he always used to prospect. That's all he did. Sell the dream, build a team. Sell the dream, build a team. And I learned a lot of my fundamentals from Neil Williams. If you speak to any distributor in the United Kingdom, have you ever heard of Neil Williams? He used to be involved in a company called Larone. A lot of people know the company as Echoes because that was a brand of products. The perfumes are called Echoes because they echoed the note, the smelling note, echoed ones like Chanel and all the rest of it and everything else. But he's joined the business and he can't wait to get his teeth into it because he thinks it's going to be massive. And he's now been living in Perth for the last 19 years. Interesting. But there he is. How you doing, Neil? You all right, mate? Got his camera on now. But yeah, so me and Neil go back 32 years. Long time. But I will be doing a Facebook Live and I will be interviewing Neil to get his side of the story of what he thinks about IM Academy and everything else. So make sure you listen out for that. But this system is a great system. You know, I know if I'm prospecting people and they say, well, what's it all about? And I say, well, I can't tell you what it is, but I can tell you what it isn't. It's nothing to do with the pills, potions, lotions, tablets, skincare, face cream, coffee, whatever. It's an organization that's involved in a product sector worth 6.6 trillion a day. What? Yeah, 6.6 trillion a day. You cannot get a bigger, faster moving business than this. And that is the significance with it. So a lot of people, when you guys get your results, we'll be doing a monthly Zoom with an update, but you need to be posting your results in our Facebook group. So we keep getting loads and 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 loads of results. But don't be thinking, oh yeah, but I'm not making thousands a week with it. You don't have to. It doesn't matter if you make 20 or 30 or 40 quid a day or a week or whatever. Because other people can see, that's real. Even if you've got losing trades, that's great. You know, but Roger and I don't take losing trades, as he said before.
Can I just stop?
We will rather hang on. Say again.
Can I stop you for 1 second just to back that up a little bit? And that is, I mentioned that we previewed this at Simon's a couple of days ago. And at Simon's, we had a few people that are on the call with us, but I had someone, I'm going to mute him. Right. Cello, you're unmuted.
Oh.
So I sent some of these signals through to Cello this week just to see how simple it was to follow this system. Cello, how many signals did I send you this week?
10 signals he sent me.
Okay, and how many of those have been wins?
8 of them.
8 wins.
Right.
Okay.
8 wins.
How many losses?
0.
Okay. So,
None.
So you've got 2 that are left running over.
And 2 are left over over the
So
weekend.
the market's open in an hour and 10 minutes. So you've got two trades that are running live when they come on.
Yeah.
But that's the strength of this. As simple as that. I'm going to mute you again for a minute, please, Cello. So, but that was as simple as that, guys. I sent Cello 10 signals. He clicked buy or he clicked sell, depending on whatever I said. 8 out of the 10 won. I'm gonna mute him again for one more quick question. When was the last time you had 8 winning trades?
I've never had 8 winning trades. I've never had 8 winning trades.
Right. I mean, you sent me a message the following morning, the day after you started getting trading. You sent me a message just saying how excited you were about that.
Yeah.
And you've now got people. You've got 2 family members who want to give you a load of money to trade.
Yeah. So yeah. Correct. Yeah.
You know, it's just natural excitement that's going to go on and have you talking to people anyway. When you start to get positives, but Cello's brother wants to give him a couple of grand to trade with. His son says, "If I give you some money, will you trade for me?" You know, I'd be saying, "No, you've got to join. You've got to sign up as well." But I can understand that he wants to look after his family. But I would definitely be making sure that I took a percentage of their profit because I'm not doing anything for nothing. But that's just me. I'm mercenary. But the fact is, we've got something simple. You don't have to overanalyze this at all. All you need to do is buy when we say buy, sell when we say sell. Blame us if it goes wrong, but the reality of it is, Cello, 8 out of 10 wins, 2 still running, doesn't go wrong. We don't take losses. Don't think you can take 30 trades, have them all in red and have them all come back. You will blow your accounts if you do that. But if you put some simple safeguards in mind, just don't go into too many so you don't overcommit yourself. You simply can't lose if you don't accept the loss. It's a bit like going into that casino, as I was talking about again, and this time instead of playing blackjack, we're going to play roulette. And we're going to say, I'm going to play on black, and the ball goes round and it lands on red, and the croupier tries to take your money. You say, no, I didn't say that it was going to go this time. I just said it's going to go. When it lands on black, I'll take my money, thank you. That's all we're doing. We're just not accepting the loss. But providing we keep a couple of safety checks in it, it simply can't lose. And it's just blown us away this week, what we can do with it. And what growth we can get from it. But again, as Simon said, talking to people, the reaction for you from the business point of view, the number of people that want to know about the business because of it. I've already got people coming to me asking me about the business, people I'd forgotten about, but have seen me on social media. And they've come back and they're asking me about it. Now we're going to take it on and we're going to move it on further forward. Simon, is there anything else you want to add?
No, I just want to turn around and say, guys, this is the product. This is the retail side of the business. Do not think we're in networking, not working. So, but it's all about building that organization of people. Because at the end of the day, recruiting people and building a team, there is zero risk. Not like trading. There is an element of risk with trading. But when you look to build a team of people, and all you've got to do is just build people through the system and say, listen, I've got involved with this group of guys. Don't think they say, oh, I don't know anything about trading. You don't need to. You don't need to know anything about Forex. all you need to know is Forex has been around for several hundred years, and it's going to be around for hundreds and hundreds of years. Have you ever been on holiday? Yes. Have you ever taken currency with you? Yes. Have you ever bought a foreign bottle of wine? Yes. Well, that is bought by Tesco's with foreign currency. That's Forex. Oh, right, really? Yeah. Now, the benefit is we have 125 expert traders that give us signals. So we don't trade on we don't guesstimate the market. We're not gambling. We are looking at what the experts are saying, and we're putting it through another analyzing system, whether to take the trade or not. And the benefit is what Roger and I think of is we might think, well, it's a 50-50. Do we go? Don't we go? We don't go. We don't go. If there's any iffy part on either Roger or my side, we don't take it. So you can feel rest assured, get on your WhatsApp with your mobile, and you can be in your coffee break or whatever, and you get a signal come through, bingo, you got no analysis to do. You can just do that trade, whether it's a buy or whether it's a sell on whichever pair. But what you've got to do is get yourself set up, get your system set up. And once you start getting your results, then go to attack prospects. And if you've got contacts within an organization, then you can just approach them and say, you will never, ever believe what I've just got involved with. This is going crazy. I tell you now, at the end of this week that's coming, you watch the results that you will get. And that means you can prospect massively. I tell you what, guys, I'm so excited for this week. Really excited. So much so, I think I might be putting a little bit more money in my trading account and increase my lot size. But hey, that's just me. I'm not saying you guys need to do that. I'm just saying that's what I might do. But obviously, I keep needing to draw money out. I pay bills for finishing different jobs on my house and bits. But anyway, okay. The great news is I will give you the disadvantage. The disadvantage with this business is it's very, very addictive. Massively addictive.
Simon, you and I said that we were going to take one or two questions, and Sus has got her hands up. So, Sus, you had a question. Let me just unmute you.
Hi,
okay.
Thank you for sharing.
How are you?
I'm good.
Where are you from, Sus? Tell everybody where you're from.
I'm from Denmark, from the Viking capital of Jelling in Denmark. How are you, everybody? Good to see you.
We're great. So, Sus, what was your question?
I was just wondering, because once your trade is up and running, right, you can, by the lot size, calculate where would it have to be for you to make the profit, say $5 or $50 that you want to make, yep, or pounds?
You can.
So why not just put in the take profit once you've calculated it?
Well, because I've kept meticulous notes out of these last 40 trades. I wanted to know how possible that was. But every different pair, the lot size, the amount of profit I get, it doesn't come down to a consistent, I make X amount of dollars from X amount of pips, different pips to different currencies. So I can't do that. And I want this to be simple. Yeah?
Yeah,
so
yeah, I understand.
The whole point is simple. So the simplicity is you've got a $200 account or a €200 account, then you see €4, take it, or €5, whatever.
Yeah, you can still do that though.
Yeah, you can do that. Now, I have a couple of trades that are running that have run on for too long right now. And because those trades have run on for too long, I've set my take profit at 1 pip higher than I entered it at. So that when it bounces back, even if it bounces back and I'm asleep, second it bounces back, I'll come out in profit. I just will not put a take loss. But there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with you putting a take profit. So if you want to say, I'll take 10 pips. But there are new people that are watching this tonight who don't know what 10 pips are.
I know, yeah, I realize.
That's what I want to do. I want to keep this simple for everyone. Because
I appreciate it. Yeah, and it's a great, it sounds like a great way to do it. I'm going to try it out.
Yeah.
What I tend to do what I tend to do is if I'm making good profit on my trade, what I would do is I would put a stop loss in where it's higher than what I got in at. So it guarantees me making money. So it's a no risk trade. But that stop loss needs to be like, you know, you need to put it quite high. So you know you're going to make a chunk of money. And if there's some news that comes out and it runs away, you can make the extra money with no risk. That's a smart way of doing it.
Yeah. We still, the important thing, as I said, however, when it comes to that is this is really meant to be for new people. I expect everyone on this call, because there are people on this call, as I said, there are people watching this who are already very knowledgeable about trading, you know, and everything that I'm saying to them, they already know anyway. They just may have been putting their stop losses in or whatever and doing what the brokers have told them to do. The fact is, if you are more knowledgeable, then you can turn around and you can disregard this and you can do your own thing. But I just have a quick question. When we were talking to Brandon a few weeks ago, and a lot of you guys were on the Zoom when Brandon said about how much money he was making, and I laughed my sides off because Simon nearly fell off his chair when he saw how much money Brandon said that he was making on a monthly basis. But Brandon said when he places a trade, Simon said, well, what lot sizes are you using? Simon trades at 1.0. I'm trading at the moment at 0.5. Brandon said, well, I don't know, like 50, 75, you know. I'd have heart failure placing a trade at 75.0. You know, ladies, forgive me, I would not have the balls to do that right now. But I've got a question for you. How low do you think his lot size is with a trade of 75.0? Because if he loses 20 pips at 75.0, he's losing thousands and thousands. The reality of it is he's not using a stop loss. And for you guys who've been with us for as long as I have with IM, you've already watched Kathy Kirkland. She doesn't trade with stop losses. The very successful traders don't use stop losses. They don't play the brokers' games. So why should we play the brokers' games? So what we're trying to do is help brand new people.
Guys, you do know that all the brokers can see everybody trading. So they can see where people's stop losses are. So they're thinking, okay, right, well, we can do this and we can do this and we can take the money. And they scout the markets from the markets. So we don't put stop losses on. To be honest with you, I've never put stop losses on. And when I have, the odd ones, it's always hit. And I'm thinking, and I always curse because I think, if that would have just stayed in the trade for an extra hour, I would have been in profit. But you physically, manually got to take your profits when you see the blue, when you see the amount that you want. And the benefit is you could look at it. I have actually spoken to traders where they say, okay, I want to buy X, Y, Z for my wife. So I need to make sure I make that amount of money. And that's what they do. And you see, if you're smart, rather than just making an extra £500 a week trading and then taking it out, compound it. Leave it in and increase your lot size by a small amount. Then just keep doing that for a few weeks. Once you get it to a stage where you're happy and you can increase your lot size, then take the money out on a weekly basis. But if you want to scare yourself, you need to go on the internet and find the compound calculator. Put your money in and put it in on the basis of how much you can make and see what that will be like in 5 years' time. That will scare the life out of you. It will be massive. But you've got to be very, very strict and very, very on the system. You really got to be on it. Roger, back to you.
All right, guys, it is going to be simple. We're going to wrap it up because we've talked for quite a long time. We did say we would take a couple of questions. If anyone has a question, wave your hand right now. If you don't worry about it. Angela, are you waving your hand there? Yeah, Angela has a question. Go ahead, Angela.
When's it going to start?
Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning.
Well, the market's open in less than an hour. We're going to take a look. If we see any signals tonight that we think are good, we'll put them in the group. Yeah, but from tomorrow. But Mondays, last Monday, by about 2 p.m., Simon was sending me messages. Well, by about 2 p.m., I'd had about 20 messages off him saying, why are there no trades coming through? Why are there no trades coming through? There was a problem with signals for IM last week, but also the markets were quiet because I was looking at the markets and the markets were quiet. So if you don't get signals through, it's just because there's nothing to get. Yeah. But as soon as the signals are valuable, as soon as we've got something worthwhile, we will send it through to you, and we'll do that from.
We will not take trades for the sake of taking trades. We won't do that.
But the question was when does it start? And the answer is markets open in an hour. If we see anything tonight or from tonight onwards, we'll send them through to you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any other questions, guys?
No.
Nope.
Right. In that case, guys, that's it. That'll do us for tonight. I have been recording this. I will share this in the group. Honestly, I think this would be a fantastic recruiting tool for you if you want to share this with other people as well, because you can tell people exactly how we're doing, what we're doing. So we're going to share this with you in the group as well. The one thing we would say about these trades, and Simon, I need you to back me up with this as well. These alerts are only for you guys in this group. We only want it to be shared. If you have anyone in your team who says, can you send them to me? The answer is not unless they're part of the group. The reason we're doing it is to help to build your businesses and build our businesses. We're making money out of it. So we're making money, it's fine. I'm happy with that. But the fact is, we're trying to share this a little bit, but we're trying to share it with you. And if anyone else wants these signals in your team and they're not on subscription, they can't have them. They've got to be on subscription. And we're not charging for anything that Simon and I are doing. We're just saying you've got to be on subscription. It's only fair. But if you've got people in your team who are on subscription, and honestly, by tomorrow night, when some of you guys will have made 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades that have made profit, I'd love to see each and every one of you putting something in the Facebook group saying 6 trades, no losses, and I made £30, £50, £100, whatever the number may be. We had a few people have dropped off right now. At one point, we had 43 people on here. If we had 43 people placing posts tomorrow night in the Facebook group, what do you think it will then be like putting prospects in there?
That would create
testimonials?
Massive excitement. There was about 6 people that wanted to get onto this group, wanted to get onto the Zoom, but we didn't let them come in. We asked them to send us a screenshot of their subscription, and they sent us their subscription, and it wasn't an active subscription. So we're trying to help you. If one of these people are in your team and it helps them to get on subscription, that's volume that goes in your team. So that's what we're doing. We're looking after you guys, and we're not charging for this. Somebody said to me, so how much is it going to cost to get into this system? Nothing. 0. So, we're just doing it out of the kindness of our own heart. But we will be making money personally. So that's why we will take extra care in calling trades, because we know we're going to do them as well. So, yeah.
Okay, guys. So Wednesday nights, we have our Zoom call with Brendan. Honestly, by then, with Brandon, not Brendan. By the time we do our Zoom on Wednesday, by now you should have some results for yourself to tell other people about it. We need to start supporting those Zooms with Brandon. We've had some pitiful numbers in recent weeks. It's embarrassing to see how few people can be bothered getting onto those Zooms. And right now, we've had a great turnout for this call. Appreciate every single one of you. We need to get you guys onto those calls with Brandon as well, with prospects, and start building your businesses. We'll see you on Wednesday.
What we'd love to do is to say to Brandon, right, what we'd love to do is say to Brandon, when you're getting to the income, to the actual compensation plan, give us a couple of minutes. We want some testimonials. And we would love a few people to turn around and say, oh, I've been involved in the business for literally a week and I've been doing the trades and everything else and I've made £22.84 and I'm excited. You know, something real simple. Background is I used to be a lorry driver, or I used to be a van driver or bus conductor, and I used to get paid X. I've made more than that trading, and I've given up my job and I love it. So we could get those testimonials in the Wednesday Zoom presentation. Can you imagine how much your prospects would love that? So it doesn't, they don't have to be saying, I'm making 50 grand a month with my networking business. No, it can just be a few pounds a day trading, just like retailing. I retailed so much product with my company, with my pills, potions, lotions, and I made this. That's what they do. So we can do the same, but our retail is our trading, and that's the benefit. Anyway, and don't forget, Thursday we have a training call with Joe Gomez, my sponsor. So it's Wednesday opportunity call, Thursday training call.
But for now,
so if everybody could put the camera on, let's take a screenshot. Just for you are one of the founders of this club. So put your cameras on and let's take a screenshot. Everybody put the cameras on. Okay, come on, Brian. Brian, put your camera on.
Martin Clark.
Farouk, put your camera on. All right, is your camera? Oh, your camera is on. Okay, let's take the thing. So just go 1, 2, 3, go 1, let's go.
Let's do that again. That was the old one. Okay.
Day 1.
Day 1.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Right, 10 wrong does it.
Bad habits.
Okay, guys.
Got a lot of happy, smiling people on the back of that, though. Right, guys, that's it.
Great.
We will talk to you all tomorrow in the group. We'll send you signals. I see you making some money out of it. Let's get your subscriptions paid. Let's get you making money, and then let's tell the world about it. Speak to you soon, guys. Bye, everybody.
Good. Okay, good stuff. Guys, catch you later. Have a good night. Bye-bye.